All right, we're gonna fire up another one. This is the second league that we're gonna be playing today with this deck. If you're enjoying the content, make sure that you hit that follow button. If you want to support the stream, you can subscribe. You can subscribe using that link over there. If you want, you can get access to these sweet emotes as well as the cyber guide that I will have ready. I think I'll finish it tonight. And then I will of course make the full cyber guide like I always do, but that one's gonna take me a little bit more time. And Burden One, answering your question, I think I want to leave the bounce in play because I'm playing around deputy. That's why I left the bounce land in play. I didn't say anything, but yeah. YouTube is where you can find all my content. I always upload my streams there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do it there. If you want to follow the Primetime Stronghold Discord on the Amulet Discord, you can do it on that link over there. And finally, donations are always greatly appreciated, and any donation that is $12 donation or more, I will play a league with any list of your choosing. When am I heading to Vegas? Tomorrow morning. So no, I won't be able to stream tomorrow. There we go. So I'm tweeting here real quick. So in our real quick Twitter post. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we go. Game 1 against unknown opponent with a perfectly fine hand. We got a turn 1 amulet. We want everything that we could ever want. Thank you, but let's play. I appreciate it. Let me fix my chat. There we go. Yeah, so here we're for sure playing Amulet on turn 1. This allows me to Relic on 2 if I want to. So if I find another bounce land, I'm probably going to be playing Amulet on 2. Playing Relic on 2, sorry. And if I find an Azusa, then we're just living the dream. Did you update the win count correctly? No, I did not. We can do that. Alright, so this is probably the Shadow deck, the Mardu Shadow deck, which is an awful matchup for us. Super bad matchup for us. So probably the correct thing to pick for my opponent is Coalition Relic here, because I'm slamming it next turn, 100%. Now that I know that they are playing a discard spell deck, I definitely want to get my ramp in place. Yep. Correct pick from my opponent. So the only way that they get punished is if I find exactly an Amulet here, or an Azusa, of course. Azusa would be nice. That's not quite an Azusa, unfortunately. But if we find an Amulet here, never lucky. How can somebody be so unlucky, right? So I guess I want Sanctuary, because Sanctuary it's better if my opponent answers my... If they answer my Amulet somehow. You know, like K-Command or whatever. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't Azusa this turn, but we have a Titan on turn 4 if my opponent doesn't interact with me. This looks like a Scholar, though. Yep. This definitely feels like the worst card in that deck by a long shot. Interesting. I mean, Azusa was not ramping me, so bad draw. So I'm playing out here. So worst case scenario, like let's say I don't find any ramp spell, then I can at least use next turn to transmit for another Summoner's Pact. Would allow me to play a Titan on turn 5, even if my opponent has a Thoughtseize. Also, they fetched and didn't shock last turn. Weird. Okay, that's pretty bad for us. But now we can Explosives on 2 and get both of them back. Explosives on 2. Bad beats. I mean, we can still do it. We're probably going to. This gets wrecked by Hex Parasite. This gets wrecked by Hex Parasite, but it's a one-off in my opponent's deck, and they cannot like Ranger for it, and also like play it in the same turn. So I think this is correct to do. If they just naturally drew the Hex Parasite, then bad beats, and we get got. But I think that the upside of this, and then like if I could have transmuted for another Summoner's Pact, but if I do that and my opponent has another Discard spell which they play like 10 or 12 of, which is a lot, then I get super wrecked. So they still have access to more Discard spells than way to answer these Engineered Explosives once it hits play. So I think it's correct to do this. So here we go down to 14. And we're basically just hoping for no Death Shadow here. Shadow would definitely be problematic. But they tapped wrong. Yep, they definitely tapped wrong. So I guess they have a Path to Exile in hand. I think it was way more valuable for them to drop the Shadow this turn though. Like way better. So much better, it's not even funny. So we get got by Thoughtseize here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I take this. I think I take that, go down to 7. They play their Shadow. Because my opponent would have been able to, like, if they have a Thoughtseize or something, or another Scholar, they can Thoughtseize my Titan and then sack the Ranger Captain so I cannot use the Pact, and then I lose. They set up lethal for the following turn. So it definitely feels correct to do this. Another Ranger Captain. Angler. Okay. That one's actually pretty good. It's a lot of power that my opponent has over there. Is there anyway? Okay, so I cannot cast non-creature spells. That's fine. Can't cast both of these. So I die to TBR, and there's really nothing that I can do about that. One, two, three. Well, I guess I don't die to TBR because... Huh. Okay, so I think I'm gonna Vesuva the Sacred Foundry. Good in your proactive response if you did that. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But I think it's like I don't care about taking the damage here, right? Like I'm dead to TBR regardless. I'm trying to make sure I'm not dead to Path to Exile as well. So the way to not be dead to Path is to Vesuva the Sacred Foundry. And then Prime Time. And get Kalni Garden and Field of the Dead. Hopefully my opponent paths in response. Please. Pretty please. Yes. Got him. Because now we're gonna get 2 zombies instead of just 1. We're still dead to... so Field of the Dead and Kalni Garden. I guess I could Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead Bojukebog. That might be better because it makes my opponent's Unearth worse. Definitely getting Field now because we can trigger it easily. Ghost Quarter doesn't work the way I want it to, so that doesn't count. So I can gain 2 life, which doesn't seem particularly relevant. Or... yeah, I think I'm going to bog my opponent. Because an Unearth would actually be pretty backbreaking here. They unearth either the Scholar or the Ranger Captain, and I get got pretty hard. So here I'm dead to TBR and nothing else. So their last card in hand or their 1 draw step needs to be Timur Battle Rage. I guess they can cycle into it too. Yeah, you probably want to take 1. Oh, Dismember? Yeah. Okay. So we're dead to TBR. And they have 2 draw steps to find it. I guess we're dead to Fatal Push too. We're dead to a removal spell that is not Path to Exile. My opponent just tapping really quick makes me think that they might have found a path there, actually. And then they realize that it doesn't work. Jump there. Yeah, so if since I'm not dead, I'm gonna put my opponent like, let's say 99% into having Path to Exile. All right. Easy game, easy life. Easy game, easy life. Guess I want to steerings first. T West. So let's say I haste. Let's say I haste. Right? If I haste, then I don't get... Yeah, I don't think hasting is the correct line. Because I get got by path. Is there a way I can haste and also play around path? I think I want to kill the Death Shadow. Yeah, I don't think I'm swinging here. I would like to not be dead to lightning bolts. And we can explosives on one. Because these zombies are gonna win, right? Transmute. For engineered explosives. Explosives on one. Yeah, but I'm trying to play around Timur Battle Rage as well, and this plays around Battle Rage very easily. Like I'm not like killing them this turn or next turn. It doesn't really change things, and this way I also get to play around. Because now, if they have paths, I get zombies, and if they zombie me, I just like put multiple. I just put all my zombies in front of the angler and one in front of the scholar, and I don't die, right? Because they need to path here. So I put 3 in front of the angler and 1 in front of the scholar, and I get to destroy the shadow. And life is great. Ooh, so I guess that I guess I do die to Pathless. Yeah, I die to Path plus Battle Rage. And here I'm gonna get everything in front of the angler. But I still die to Path plus Battle Rage. Because they can Path the Titan, I already assigned blockers. And then they TBR. But if they have only one of the two, then it doesn't matter. There is the path to exile. Get a forest, get a zombie. Yeah, I guess if they have TBR on the angler, I get exact seed. Alright, so I guess we win. Most likely. Oh. It's pretty good for them. If I get a blue source, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I cannot Ballista for lethal, that's sad. But if I top deck a Ballista naturally, never lucky. Definitely looking good here. I know that my opponent's card is a Death Shadow. And my opponent cannot break through all of these zombos. Attacking in doesn't do anything, and next turn I can Ballista for lethal. So we should be in a fine spot. Love it! Love it! Oh, I love that. We're representing lethal and... I really hope that they like sack Ranger of Eos in upkeep or something. They're like, yeah, now you can't cast stuff. I'm like, well, I can cast creatures. They probably are going to. They don't. Okay. Well, I guess I'm in the business of getting free zombies, so. But I'm not playing the Azusa though. Transmute. I guess I could play the Azusa. It doesn't matter. I just. My opponent's just dead regardless. Sweet. All right, sweet. We want explosives. I don't think I've gotten to the. No, I haven't. Oh man, I need to work on that cyber guide. I don't want Ghost Squatter. Twinning line sounds fine. Collision Relic out. One Scout out. What a shady deck. Good evening in Spain. Oh, good evening, Nascard. How you doing? Let's try something like this. I always struggle with the same thing, which is, do I want Walking Ballista against the Shadow decks? I mean, I guess I have to keep this. It's not pretty, but I have to keep this. What is my process for sideboard guides? Well, when I do the long sideboard guides, those are the ones that, you know, carefully go. I mean, it's kind of just like writing a book, right? I just see myself in the matchup. I try to think of all the, you know, common and uncommon interactions that can happen in the matchup, and I just try to put everything in paper in what I think is hopefully a comprehensive way, and a way that, you know, people can, you know, understand and follow. And so that's what I do with those ones, with like the really long ones. For the short ones, I just do the same thing that I do when I'm sideboarding, right? I just like think of the matchup and try to, you know, analyze which are the good cards and which are the bad cards. Nothing too nothing too crazy. Just the same thing everybody does to write cyber guides. But yeah, I just don't have enough time to write a proper cyber guide for before Vegas comes around, so I'm just gonna be writing a tiny one with basically just the numbers, right? Like bring X amount of cards in, take X amount of cards out, which is what I consider to be. Honestly, I'm not a fan of that. It sounds, it just feels to me like, you know, kind of like shitty content, in that it's, you know, like it doesn't really help you, you know. The best way to really understand the matchup, it's not by knowing, like those numbers mean nothing if you don't have like experience in the matchup, right? And you don't know what it is that you are, like why it is that you're making those decisions. Do you decide on a list, by the way? It's probably gonna be what I'm playing right now, or something very close to it. Leaks have been fine. We 3-2 the first one. We run into a very salty opponent, which I enjoyed a lot. If you will follow me on Twitter, you're gonna be able to see the exchanges that we had. It's pretty priceless. All right, bye bye Summoner's Pact. And do you have a Shadow? Because if they don't have the pressure here, unless they have another Thoughtseize, because now they have been Thoughtseizing the stuff that they could have Inquisitioned, right? So Unless they have another Thoughtseize. Like, they need to find the clock. So I would not be surprised if they sack the Silent Clarion here end of turn. Because they need to find... Yeah, there we go. They need to fight pressure. Like, it's not an option. I will... If I get to 6 mana, I'm going to win. I guess Fulminator Mage would be pretty bad for us too. Am I a fan of no blue pact? In the current metagame, yes, honestly. Like, yeah, in the current metagame, no blue pact actually sounds pretty great. Not gonna lie. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have played the basic forest there. Oh, never mind. I guess in the face of Call against Command, that would have been a good play, but I don't think I purged this guy. I don't think I purged this guy. Unless they Thoughtseize me again. I think I'm saving this purge for like whatever like card that is actually clocking me my opponent finds. Cogni Garden would be great. Scout, sure. Play it. I mean, things are looking pretty bad for my opponent right now. Things are looking very bad for them. What's the record for the current league? This is our first match, and we are currently 1-0. This is game 2. Pretty tough holding, Stronghold and Sun Home in hand. Yeah, I'm not loving it, but it's like it's kind of whatever. Okay, so they put Scholar on the stack. And what I do now is I purge this Scholar. And now I just let them take one of my Titans. Alternatively, I could have let them take my other Titan. Third Thoughtseize or bust? Nothing. Yep, this is gonna be too much for UOP. So we're getting Tolaria West to set up the next Titan. Tolaria West and Odo Scarison. We get to zombies. Bounce T West, pass the turn. This is how we beat the Death Shadow deck. This is the way to beat the Death Shadow deck. You like if they just don't have pressure. And this is like for literally every single version of Death Shadow. If they have all the disruption but they are not pressuring you, you will eventually find the prime time. And once the prime time comes down, unless your opponent has like 2 shadows in play or something like that, unless they have some kind of overwhelming advantage, you're just gonna get there. So I could go for the probably the proper play, which would be to play Explosives on 2, crack it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'm short 1 mana, so I can't go for that. So I guess I'm going to haste the zombie. And I can double strike the zombie as well. Gonna need a lot of removal spells here. Yeah. Not surprising we got there. My opponent's hand was not very good. They mulliganed to 6 and they just didn't find anything. Yep, so I will do like a quick bathroom break and I will be right back. Wait for me. Here we go, and we're gonna keep this hand. Sequencing is gonna be quite interesting, actually. I think I'm gonna turn 1 Amulet. Turn 2 Steerings into maybe Grazer. Yeah, because if I find a bounce land, then I can... Yeah, so I think I wanna turn 1... I guess now I really wanna turn 1 Amulet, huh? So we're gonna name Beast here. We're gonna Amulet on 1. So turn 2 I can Steerings, and if I find a bounce land, I can Grazer. But I think if I find a semi-growth, I just straight up win, right? A Braid? Alright, got me. Main deck of Braid dot deck. We might be facing a red prison style of deck, which would really suck for us. We did find Relic though, so that's something. But not being able to transmute this is gonna be brutal. Goblin Engine. Ooh, okay. Ensnaring Bridge. Alright. So we Grazer. 2 mana. Asusa. Okay, so we're gonna be able to Titan this turn. All right, finally the Elvish Spirit Guide mode in Gracer is going to pay off. So we Azusa. It only took like 70 matches with the card or something for this mode to finally show up. But never say never, I guess. Gracer. Sanctuary. Bounce. Definitely interested in bugging my opponent here. Even if my opponent has Blood Moons, I don't think I really care. Because I have the Coalition Relic, so I have that covered. So I think I'm gonna go Bog plus... Opponent saying that I got a lucky draw. I'm like, yep, well, I mean, those are facts. Those are facts. This was a very good draw. What good clown epic. I guess I might as well reset this. Got a Blood Moon. Good to know that they're playing Moon, obviously. Teehee. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna get blue, transmute T West, blue, transmute T West, 4 explosives, serve. Of course, we can haste the Titan, so that really doesn't make much sense. We're gonna get 2 basic forests. This will allow us to cast the second Titan. And I don't think that my opponent can win anymore now. Because if they have Ensnare and Bridge, I just Explosives for 3 next turn. My opponent's like, oh, come on. I'm like, I mean, could you have been the first one? I don't think so, so... This one is not really doing anything, honestly. I got all the tilting opponents today. I got all the tilting opponents. Purge, Force, Sage, Explosives. Whoops. Do I want this? I don't want that. I guess I want Ghost Quarter to Ghost Quarter myself. I don't think I want Paths. Don't want Ramming Up. I don't think I want Trinket Mages. I think I'm gonna go with something like this. So we got a basic forest with this hand, which is nice. Put him most to 6. I think I'm gonna keep here. Basically because having access to a basic is so important in this matchup. Maybe they will upgrade my amulet. Yep. Okay. Okay. We do get got by Mon here. C'est la vie. We do have answers to it because we have this no covered land, so we can do this. Engineer. I might need to kill this depending on what they get here. And snare and bridge. Please play a second one. Please do it. Chalice on 1. Sure. Huh. Actually, how do they get value from this engineer? Yeah, Chalice for sure is definitely the play. My opponent, I guess, didn't see it. I think I have to kill this guy, right? I think I have to kill this guy. So I'm drawing towards Force of Vigor. I'm drawing towards Rex Sage. Coalition Relic is also great. Blast Zone on 0, sweet. That's well, I guess that makes this makes Coalition Relic significantly better now. Never mind. Okay, so this is a Sage. Pact for Sage. Oh no, that doesn't matter. Never mind. Okay, so we are drawing towards basic forest or force. Coalition Relic would be nice. Okay, that's a clock. Now we're in problem. Now we are in trouble. It's not what I was looking for. At least we get to block this dude every time. So we need Coalition Relic, second basic forest. We need Coalition Relic, second basic forest. Oh, okay. Good to know that they have Karn in their deck, because that's the only reason for them to play this card. Force is far and away the best draw. I guess that's something to pitch to Force. This is a very real clock though. The time is definitely running out here. Okay, Coalition Relic, second basic forest. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that one works too. Definitely kill this guy main phase. Coding plus a braid kills everything. Yeah, that's a good point. Would he counter? Would he counter? And do we attack? I think I attack this turn. Okay, sweet. Opponent complaining about their flood issues. I mean, they need an answer for this guy. Like, right now. They need an answer for this guy right now. Holy, with your luck, you can't lose. I am a very lucky person. Alright, what do they got over here? Desperate Ritual. So your hand, your deck is like pure mana, like... What did they expect, I guess? Alright, they have something here. Chalice on 5. I mean, my opponent complains, but they drew 20 cards, and they drew this card that does nothing, this card that does nothing, this card that does nothing, lands, mana, and 1 threat. It's just like, if you're building your deck like that, what do you expect? It's... yeah, it's just like, clearly Amulet has no bad matchups. Clearly Amulet has no bad matchups. Good stuff. Alright, 2-0. Best deck in the format confirmed. Best deck in the format confirmed. Again, at that point, we were drawing towards, I guess, Walking Ballista. We were drawing towards Explosives. I guess Explosives only slows my opponent down. We're drawing towards Coalition Relic. We were drawing towards Force of Vigor and Rex Sage. I guess Rex Sage, no, we already had the Rex Sage in hand. Basic Forest would have also been very good. How do I like this hand? I think I'm gonna keep it. It's a little bit awkward, but I think that, you know, having access to that's an incredible draw. That's exactly what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. That's a Leonin Arbiter. That one is a problem. Take one. Ah, this one's hard. So, do I want to play around a Ghost Squatter? Or do I want to set up... Or do I want to set up Azusa for next turn? My opponent probably has like 4 Ghost Squatters and that's it. I think I'm gonna risk it. I might get got by this play, but I think it's worth it. Brutal. Oh. OP is playing a combo deck over there. Alright, they destroy this. Do I still have Titan mana? I guess this also locks their mana, which is nice. So, yeah. OP playing a sick combo deck over there. Deck building 101. So they field me here. Definitely not blocking. Take 5. Say what? Okay. Of course, I'm not packed in because of this, right? So I wouldn't have enough mana, but like this is just very, very good for me. Do they have Resto? I guess they have Resto. That's the only thing I can really think of here. Resto, blink my Ranger Captain. Still can't search. Good deck building. The best deck building. Yep. Trigger resolves. And here I am actually interested in my opponent Ghost Squattering me. So I'm like allowing myself to get Ghost Squattered here. This is on purpose. So they can field me. Because I want them to use their mana. And I want them to not search. Or maybe they just let it go. Okay. Gain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we have more than enough. If my opponent has a second Arbiter and... Yeah, I don't know. Can't think of anything. Like... They field my Crossroads, so I can't gain life, and they just clock me with the Resto. Like, they would need a second Resto, though. It definitely looks like mono white taxes. It doesn't seem like they are on any kind of Emeria what's the other card that people play? Emeria, Ranger of Eos, Martyr of Sands, that stuff. Alright, see what they get. Flagstones, yeah, I guess. Okay, so I guess they're trying to set up lethal here. Just too good though. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can double prime time here. Is that something I'm interested in doing? I think I am. So, Primeval Titan. We're gonna get... Boros... No, we can't get Boros Garrison yet. So, we're gonna get... Sanctuary, Boros Garrison. No, I can't do this. So I need to do Sanctuary Growth Chamber. Yeah, I tapped wrong. I could have gained more value, but I tapped wrong. Missing out on value is so brutal. Prime time. Yes. Garrison. Stronghold. One of these two. Doesn't matter which. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Protect this. Go to combat. Swing. Now we're gonna start getting zombies. I guess I want a Ghost Squatter and I want a Vesuva. Well, I want to make sure that I don't die to... Okay, so we're gonna do Ghost Squatter. Colony Garden. Ghost Squatter Gemstone Mine. Yeah. Because I'm interested in ghost quartering their Field of Ruin, so they can't go after my Crossroads. Yeah, Vesuva does more than Garden, but I'm interested in having a red source if my opponent destroys my garrison somehow. So destroy this right now. Pass the turn. And now we have 1 pack to pay for, 2 packs to pay for. And that's it. Like, my opponent just has only a single card in hand. So they can't really do anything. Yeah, so basically they're just gaining 3 life here, which is the correct play. 100%. 100% the correct play. It's nice that we have black and green stuff now, so my opponent cannot chip in for damage with the givers. So that's kind of cool. Rapid Evolution, thank you for the follow. Well, I'm not putting my opponent on path, right? Because they let me attack. Like, if they let me attack, then they can't path. They don't have path. Or they are, for whatever reason, they're just letting me have a trigger, which makes no sense. So I died to main deck Damping Sphere. Winds of Abandon, I guess, yeah. Videla, thank you for the follow. They're actually not that far to Winds of Abandon, but the thing is that if they Winds of Abandon... Let's say they Winds of Abandon and I just get like 4 basics. Like 3 basics, I guess. And I get zombies. Yeah, that's probably not going to be enough. Flicker Wisp. The Resto? Oh yeah, so this is smart. So they're gonna flicker the Resto. Now the Resto is gonna blink the Flicker Wisp on their end step, and they're gonna like deny me 1 Titan for a turn. That is actually very smart. Very smart from my opponent. Classic flicker tricks. I mean, I'm still gonna get this trigger at their end step, so I want to make sure that I gain as much life as possible. One, 2, 4. Then... Is there any way that I can transmute? I don't think there's any way for me to transmute here, unfortunately. That's not a good draw. So my goal here, they have the path. Wow, they did have the path? Why did they not path me last turn? Is this gonna be enough? So I'm gonna gain 2. And I'm gonna take 9. So I don't have good attacks here. So my opponent needs to top deck. Okay, that one is not gonna change anything. And I'm very happy that I didn't get the Vesu the previous turn. So Primetime comes back and I'm gonna get Vesuva and Tolario. Vesuva copying Crossroads. And this is the reason why I go squatter their Field of Ruin. Because if my opponent had been able to field my Crossroads, then I would have been out of reach. It was smart for my opponent. They set up lethal for themselves, right? Because take 3, 6 in the air, and then 3 more for the Ranger Captain. But being able to gain that 1 life is going to be the difference between winning and losing. And next turn we're going to probably percent lethal, thanks to all these zombies. And this prime time, and the fact that we can transmute 4 ballista so we can kill these dudes. Or just go face, obviously. Oh, they went to attack? Interesting, okay. Change of plans, I guess, for my opponent. Arbiter. That is kind of annoying. And I guess it's this nets me 1 mana, right? So I have 1, 2, 3 to transmute. 1, 2, 3 to transmute, and then I'm gonna bounce this and replay it. So first things first, we're gonna pay for the Arbiter here. So I can transmute for a Ballista. 1, 2, 3. Play it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And my opponent can block here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I 9, 10, but I can kill this if they block with the givers. Well, I can't really. I guess I can force. I can force the issue, right? Yeah. So I can do this. So I can do this. So I was trying to like play around my opponent, getting sacking the Ranger Captain. But by transmuting here, I'm basically putting the ball under curtain. They didn't do anything, so I get to tighten them now. And this should be game. Transmute for gemstone, sanctuary. So at least this point my opponent is just like clocking me. Red, white. Double strike. Double strike. There we go. Classic minus 25. All right. Mono white taxes. You don't see this one every day, huh? You really don't. Excavator for sure. Don't think I want Bog. I want all my lands. I don't want Grace. I guess I don't want Gracer. Sided a couple of pacts. Sided one Trinket Mage. Do I want to play around Stony Silence? How does Ranger Captain stop double striking? Because if they sack it in response to my, trigger, to my Toleo transmute. But that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't thinking the fact that if they don't do it, if they do it, I just get Ballista. If they don't, I just kill them with Titan. So the line I went with was definitely the correct one. That is real awkward. The hand somehow got even more awkward now. Thalia doesn't do anything. Resource. Sick. Alright, so now this hand is great. Don't you love it with the awkward hands turn into great just because of one draw step? Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Take two. Oh, there's a Field of Ruin. Alright. So as long as I'm smart about it, this card is just blank. Ooh, gross. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So they probably won't get this higher to than a 2/2, so this is definitely a deck with the highest average number of possible lines per turn. I mean that is actually quite possible. No blocks, take 5. I don't want to force them to, like, if they want to activate Ballista, they have to. Wakibi. Ping, sure. And I think that I'm gonna need to reset this. Sure, so both dudes die. I can't path because of Thalia, otherwise I would have, you know, pathed my own dude there, which would have given me enough mana to Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. This stops the clock quite a bit. Still leaves me with an answer to a potential resto. And like my opponent knows about this, so they need to do something this turn. Yep, yeah, I could have explosives there, but yeah, so this is basically gain a bunch. Resto kind of gets me here, but if they resto here, that means that they're not restoing the Ranger Captain, so I'm probably okay with that as well. So basically, Ballista traded with Thalia while being a fog, which is some decent value. That is brutal. Yep, that one. I did not see that one coming. I did not see that coming. So I stop their clock. Next turn I kill their Arbiter. And following turn I set up a Titan. Bad draw. Human here. Actually giant. For sure, because this is my second green source. Explosives on 2. And I think actually I want to main phase this. And the reason for main phasing this is if my opponent plays a Ghost Squatter, that means I have to take 2 damage from this and then like take 2 more damage down the line. So that's just too much. Because they just put me in an awkward spot. Thraven Inspector results. This Wisp is a clock though. This Wisp, it really is a clock. Unless we find like a ramming up would be probably our absolute best draw. Excavator would be nuts here. Well, I guess we can pact for Excavator if I really wanted to. Brutal. Yeah, so we're going to resolve Azusa first. Resolve Azusa first, and next turn we're going to pact for Excavator. We're doing well, MV Willis. The list that I arrived at, I have been reasonably happy with. Yeah? I guess I get got by a second on Thin Ice. But I get a free block here, and delaying my opponent from clocking me is exactly what I want to be doing here. Yep. Not much to do there. Though to be fair, there was nothing that I could have done. Well, I guess what I could have done is just do nothing. And then I drew an untapped land, so I could have packed it for Titan. Yeah, they got us in the back foot long enough to get there. Maybe I should have just like take the damage and just take the damage and not, you know, go for that play. I guess I'm gonna keep this. I'm actually wondering whether my opponent actually has Aether Vials. Well, that's fine. Oof. Come on. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on. Land? Steerings? Okay, that's something. Why did I cyber out an Amulet of Vigor? Because this card does nothing by itself. So I don't want to be drawing multiple copies of this card. I want exactly 1 amulet at most, and sometimes I don't even. Oh, please field me main phase. Please field me main phase. Ugh. That's not it. We're supposed to field me, opponent. So I am probably playing Baloth this turn. Okay, so we get to go off a tiny bit here. I don't want to expose the ramming up though. Oh, actually I could have hasted if I wanted to. I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. I already have Titan mana, and this means that, this entices my opponent to field me. There's the Giver, and it was just like, yeah, I want to protect my stronghold, you know. When in reality, I really want them to to field my Simic here. Yeah, we just need to draw a Primeval Titan here, and we'll be fine. Got him. This is, yeah, this is how we play this matchup. You just want to make sure that you're just making your opponent, just leading them into the exactly the plays that you want them to be making. Can't block, so this is funny. How are we gonna do this? So I guess we're gonna do green here. I am going to play Vesuva, copy and Ghost Quarter. Gonna Ghost Quarter the on Thin Ice. Then I'm gonna play a Ramming App, and I think I'm more interested in the Vesuva, I think. Because we already have like a bunch of mana. So doing this is pretty good. And then we get to do this. We get full value from the Ramming App. And we have a bounce land back in hand. Bailoff serves because we're winning the race. And we're going to pass the turn. They don't have twos, which is good. Now, stuff like Flicker Wisp would be actually quite annoying for us. All we need to do is just draw a Titan. Oh, we're gonna be all set. Got a Giver. Pro green again. It seems like that is their game plan. If that's their game plan, that's probably good for us. It gives us 6 turns. Of course, this might speed up now that they have Violent 3 and they can start wisping stuff. I guess that's also another one. Charge counter. Can we find a Primeval Titan? Looks like we can't. Let's get this out of here. I don't even know why I floated mana. Whatever. And then we're going to Vesuva, copying their planes. This is gonna give us the white that we need in order to start activating Stronghold. So I can attack, but I get blown out by a flashed in Blade Splicer. I guess it isn't worth it. Well, I guess it is worth it actually. Okay, no Blade Splicer. Yeah, things are looking really bad here. We need to draw something. We have a bunch of things that win the game here. Explosives, ballista. Explosives, ballista, primetime, obviously. All of those cards just win the game on their own. Field of the Dead doesn't. Field of Ruin. Yep. It's a certain clock. But again, we have a lot of draws that. Oh. Okay. Scout goes under the bus. Can we draw one of our relevant spells? Can we draw one of our relevant spells right now? Please? Please. Oh, I guess that's smart. Okay, that's smart. We're not getting there anyway. Yeah, so after the Ranger Captain sack, we're only looking at Ballista, Primetime. That's about it. Yeah, Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen is also relevant because it can block the Flicker Wisp and they can only give pro to 2 things. So Hornet Queen also gets there. This is not good enough though. All right, give my opponent the GGs and concede. Yeah, I don't think there's much to be said there. It's just a matter of we need to draw one of our good cards. It happens. I still think that mono white and like Taxes style decks are. I think that they're actually good matchups for primetime because once you resolve the first primetime, usually they cannot keep up with you. Are you ever streaming Legacy Leagues or so? I do sometimes. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can find all my Legacy content over there. Like this hand, keep. We're gonna go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 probably. I guess it depends on what my opponent does. Botanical Sanctum. Uh-oh. Seems to me like we're about to get Neobranded. Seems to me that we're about to get Neobranded. Hopefully this is Infect. Trinket for mainboard Cage. We wouldn't be able to cast it anyway, so if we die on turn 2, we just die on turn 2. Nothing we can do. All right. So this is the point where we grab our drink. We grab our drink and we wait. So this is yet another matchup against against this stupid deck, where we cannot really concede because they might whiff. This has actually happened on stream. This has actually happened on stream where I just sat there for, the clock was showing 15 minutes. I sat there for 15 full minutes where I just crossed my arms and I just waited for my opponent to go off. They drew everything in their, they drew their entire deck minus one card and then proceeded to concede the game. After yeah, after, no, I guess it wasn't 15 minutes, it was 8 minutes or something. It was like 8 minutes of my opponent going off, and then they concede. Because this deck is very, very dumb, and it should not exist. Yeah, they can whiff. Like, as I'm explaining, like, I literally sat here for like 8 minutes while my opponent did their thing, and then they just conceded the game. Because they need to like figure out a way to like not deck themselves previous to join their entire deck, which sometimes they cannot do. Like, for example, if one of their last 4 cards now is one of the cards they need, they lose. I mean, I still, at this point, I think that my opponent needs to be very dumb to miss, because I think they have like 4 Spirit Guides and 4 Metamorphoses. But yeah, this deck is a joke. This deck really is a joke. I have no idea why this deck is a thing that you can do in Modern. And it's not even because of power level reasons, because you could tell me, you know, like, but the deck is not that it's not that good, and you know, maybe it whiffs a bunch and whatever. I don't care. It's just like the play patterns, you know, like what is going on here. I'm just like sitting down, and this is because I can talk to you guys, right? Like, the fact that I'm talking makes it a little bit more bearable for me, at least. But if you're just imagine that you're at the GP and you're just sitting in front of your opponent and your opponent is going through all of this, but you can't really concede, right? You can't really concede because they might whiff. There's like a point, you know, 0.01 percentage that they whiff. And you know, if you care about your win percentage, you have to, you know, you have to basically see it through. So this is honestly, this deck bothers me more than Hogak, because Hogak is just broken, you know. This deck is just stupid. This deck is just dumb. and the same thing happens every time. It's just like I have no idea how to make this more enjoyable, you know, because I don't know. Should I just like turn off the stream while just like do something else, like go watch something on YouTube or whatever while we wait for my opponent to go off? Like, what is the way that I can make this a little bit more entertaining? Because the same thing happens every time. I just lose like 10 viewers just because my opponent's going off. You know? Because it's, I mean, it's not good content. It really isn't. So, okay, finally, my opponent got there. At least it was like less than 5 minutes. It seems that my opponent is very, very comfortable with the deck, so take out the explosives, bring in the pact application, even though it's terrible. We take out Coalition Relic, bring in Draft Digger's Cages, and Piety Needle. Ballista out, Field of the Dead out. I guess the Celestial Purge is just a little bit too slow. Might not be worth it. I don't think opponent would even watch themselves. Yeah, probably. It's just I don't know. I think it just makes the format strictly worse. Like what you don't gain anything by having a deck like that be illegal in the format, and you lose a ton. Because you lose in like entertainment, and you lose in viewership. There's like a lot to lose. Do we need an actual kill against them? Yeah, like hope they whiff, right? Path to exile your Grishabrand in response to your first draw trigger. Hope you don't get there. Because also that there's like that really funny aspect too, which is like if you path your Grishabrand, your opponent's Grishabrand before, like after their first draw, and then like they draw 7 and the Grishabrand was in those 7 cards, like their second Grishabrand that is, and they're not able to go off with exactly the first 7 that they drew, they lose. It's really stupid. No, we need Azusa. We need to be fast in this matchup. What I could do is I could do Purge over Steerings. I could see this. Though I guess Steerings helps us get to like Cage and Needle. I don't know. Take a Purge over a Titan. I could actually see a Purge over a Pact. Maybe this. Because very often we're gonna we would more often than not just be able to draw the Titan instead of the Pact, because we're going to want to Pact. We're gonna be able to Titan and set up Pact of Negation, and it's way easier to set up Pact of Negation if you don't have a green pack to pay as well. I mean, I'm gonna keep this. So we go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Azusa. I guess if we find a Simic Growth, if we find a Simic Growth, we might be able to get there. All right, we might be looking at a turn 1, so whichever hand we kept doesn't matter. Yeah, if this were a Simic Growth, then we would be able to turn 2 Cage, but there's no way that I could have sequenced my lands that would allow me to cast Shrinkage and Cage in the same turn. Oh, we are looking at turn 1. Cool. I guess we lose the game. Question is, why do people play this deck? It is unlikely to win tournament due to high variance all games perfectly classified into either win a solitary match or lose a solitary match. Wait to be killed whilst you do nothing, and games on each of these categories are identical. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're free to play whatever you want. But yeah, I just don't think that this deck should be allowed to exist. I really don't. I really don't. And now, like, our Trinket Mage plan with Piting Needle and stuff, it's even worthless now, because I guess I can still find Piting Needle instead, but like Cage doesn't do anything because my opponent has an 8/8 trample, an 8/8 flying lifelink in play in turn 1. So, and I lost 15 viewers since this match started. So you see what I'm saying? Like, everybody loses. My opponent might look like they're winning, but I mean, I guess they got like they just bullied me and they just like got they got a free win against me, but yeah, I don't know. And the worst part is, like, now they packed it, right? So like if they don't win this turn, like if they whiff, they just lose. Like, I just did nothing. I had 0 decisions that were relevant, and I just lost the game because my opponent basically won a coin flip. Nothing to win, a lot to lose by just this deck being legal. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I guess you only had the decision to hard mull for your sideboard. Yes, I guess I could have like mulligan to land plus what's the name? Land plus. Also, I think my opponent just whiffed. Oh no! They have the creature guy. Okay, so I was thinking, I thought they punted there for a second because they, in order to make blue mana, they would need to Manamorphose, but I think they have like the creature dude. Yeah, Wild Contour. So that guy makes filters for blue. All right, we lost. Another fine Twitter. Whoops. What happened there? There we go. I love the discrepancy. The time discrepancy, it's pretty funny. So my opponent used 9 of their minutes, almost 9 of their minutes, and we used 30 seconds and we lost. All right, so I guess we're 2-2 now. I guess we're 2-2 now. And the funniest part is that you can totally like see that the other way around. Like my opponent can like post the same clip that I just did, with the exception that they are looking at it from like, look at how cool. Like I used 10 minutes of my clock and my opponent used 30 seconds and they lost. Well, in the meantime, I lost to 3 times Hogak on turn 2. That didn't feel really better. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot wrong with Modern right now. Gorgias version was much cooler. I remember watching Gorgias versus Infect match that was full decision, incredible tense. I think I keep this. We're very close to primetime mana. Turn 1 Scout, turn 2 Natty Bog. Oh, we're playing against Storm, the Twiddle Storm. We're playing against all the memes today. What is wrong with people? Oh no! Okay, so we're playing against a real deck. Never mind. Wow, I haven't played this much in so long. We're playing against a blue-red prison deck. I haven't played this matchup in so long. That's funny. Let's just feed the kids. It'd be nice to feed the kids for sure. Chalice of the Void. I honestly don't think I attacked the Narset here. I think that making my land drop is going to be more important. And they might just very easily find another Narset, and that just resets it, which is not good for us. That's brutal. That really is brutal. Cast with 0 colors. Okay, so I guess they're just gonna Whir. Chalice on 0. Oh, got it. So my point is... Okay, so we definitely want to go to upkeep. So they're trying to lock us out. So I guess I want to play this. And then... On my... This is speaking of draw steps. So I'm going to play one of these. And the other one will attack the Narset. If they have a second Narset in hand, I'm gonna be in problem. I mean, it still was like a 4-4-1 though, because they took 4 cards from my hand. But if they have a second Narset here, we're gonna be in trouble. So what Possible does is, in your draw step, you put the cards in your hand on the bottom of your library in any order, then you draw that many cards. So we can do this. So we're gonna put this in the bottom, and then we draw something. So I guess we're gonna hold this amulet because it's not doing anything here, and it's gonna help me dig, so I can put together a stronger hand. They drew a Whir. Wow, nice top deck. Portal Cloister. Getting Cloister there is a little bit greedy. Because now they only have like 2 draw steps. Like they need to, in the top 3, they need to find a bridge, which they don't have access to otherwise. I guess they wanted to like get the very possible boxy play. That's why they played this on 0. So Narset is bad for me here. Chalice on 1 doesn't matter. Okay, so they Cloister, and I get a Sanctuary. Is this better than either of this? I think I'll let this go. Alright. Oh, I can't do this. Caught myself there. Sweet, 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 sweet. So we're going to transmute. Gonna get a Simic Growth Chamber. Yeah, this of course greatly favors my opponent. No questions there. Oh, they drew into the Whir. Yeah, so this is the problem, right? Like the fact that they can Whir into. Now they Whir for bridge. Yeah, because I was wanting to. Honestly, I just forgot that there was this Chalice on 1. I caught myself like right there in the last minute. Yeah, E on 3 and Ballista are my outs. I could also E on 4. This is probably gonna name Toleraria West. But what's his name is still an out. Oh, Engineer Explosives, that's also a good thing to name. The other thing that can win is if my opponent is careless and I get to Ghost Quarter plus Bojuka Bog. If I manage to find Ghost Quarter plus Bojuka Bog, I can deck my opponent by destroying the Hypno Rivulet. Yeah, so now my opponent has the full lock. And there was no way that I could have held this or transmute this at instant speed, so this is just a full lock, I think, so we're just gonna concede. Because now I'm not drawing cards anymore, right? So that's why it's no bueno. We want... Do we want Pine Needle? Don't want this. We want that. We don't want this. Paredes 1990. Thank you for the follow. Excavator I want. Pact of Negation is really bad against my opponent playing for Chalices of the Void. That's why I'm taking out Summoner's Pact. There are situations where you're like, yeah, I really wish that I had access to this pact, but it's not. Like that's not how it plays out. Thanks to all like I mean, our opponent's entire deck is based on you know, playing a Chalice, so I think that we can do this actually. What would we be needling? I think we can needle Hypno Rivulet or Academy Ruins. Also, it's funny that we can bestow our opponent's academies, which is pretty funny. In order to not deck ourselves. Mulligan. Keep, I guess. And I'm gonna regret this, but I think that it's correct to bottom the ramming up there. I just know that it's one of those things that you do it and then you get immediately punished. Here I also get punished by explosives on 1. But I think it's worth developing my board here. Torpor Orb. That one is fine. It's annoying, but I don't care as much. I guess immediately get punished by it. Toleraria West is nice. Seems worthy to play it on 2. Blow this up. What matchups would I say that I want Blue Pact against? The matchups, oh, Welding Jars, well, we're naming it with Piting Needle for sure. The matchups that are good are stuff like Tron, Scape Shift, all that kind of stuff. Pact really shines against. The control decks. They probably need to name Tolaria West here. Yep. Makes sense. That's a terrible draw. So I think I'm going for Ballista here. Play a Ballista for 2. And pass the turn. My opponent missed the land drop last turn. That's kind of a big deal. They might explosives on 0 here though, which would be annoying. The snaring bridge is fine. Yeah, it's not turn 5 Titan, because if I get explosives to blow this up, then they regenerate it, so doesn't really get me anywhere. Swing. All right. Can my opponent empty their hand quickly enough? Chalice on 1 is actually quite annoying. So we move to combat, swing there. In combat, we're gonna activate here, and then flash this in to activate again. Bounce this, take 6. Down to 7, and now my opponent's going to be able to empty their hand. Or is that going to be quick? Do they have the relevant cards here? Narset is fine. In fact, Narset gets them further away from actually emptying their hand, so I'm okay with this. Yep. Alright, ping there, ping there. Play this, swing, attack them, lethal. Alright, Ballista doing work there. I don't think Torpor changes anything really. Yeah, Spyglass, so you can, Vandwedge, you can Spyglass, Street Wraith, same with Pity Needle. You can Pity Needle Street Wraith, you can Pity Needle like Unearth, so they can't cycle. And you can of course Pity Needle Tolaria West to prevent your opponent from transmuting. It's pretty funny. Anything I want to change? I might need something like this on the draw. Can't wait for Gad to go so we can start counting people again. Yeah, I I am waiting for the same thing, honestly. This is a very weird keep, but I think it's a keep nonetheless. So we're turn 1 playing Piling Needle, naming Welding Jar. And after we do that, our life is gonna be much easier. Ooh, they play fetches now? Interesting. It's not a bad draw. Alright. I was never gonna name Polluted Delta there anyway, but I guess it's technically correct for my opponent to go for that. Gonna name Welding Jar. Birmingham managed to win a game match without any damage to the 20 player. That's funny. That's awesome, Manasha. That's pretty sweet. Chalice on 1 is too late. Don't care anymore. Ha! Ha! Got him. I guess I bug them because I want to play around. That stupid card. What's his name? The one that makes her cards bad. Or lands bad. Whoo! Piling Needle doing work. Holy crap. I guess Blast Zone is gonna get me. And Blast Zone's gonna do work there. No blue sources is kind of brutal here, but so do I want to bank on my opponent not drawing a land? Is that what I want to do? So I can go after the Mox Opal here? Alternatively, I can go after the Spyglass. So they blow this up. And that kind of blanks my Force of Vigor. This is actually a very interesting decision. In fact, there's also like... I could also name Destroy the Welding Jar here. I think I'm gonna destroy... I die to second Mox Opal or any land. Ugh. I guess I'm going after this. So now they can blow up the needle. And that is gonna mess things up considerably for me. It also puts them behind a land drop. Now the Chalice. So Explosives is insane here. Well, actually, they have Chalice and 0, never mind. 0 and 1. So I guess never mind. Winning a Chalice and a colorless land for value. I mean, what we can do here is we can force both Chalices. I guess we can force this chalice and this bridge. We're effectively destroying both welding jars. Because the problem is that one jar can save the other jar. So I think that what we do is we force here and here. Then we bog them. Okay, so no more welding jars to worry about. Bog you. See a Simian Spirit Guide? Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so now explosives can do things. The problem is... So I need to play Azusa first. And I need to hold the Sanctuary in hand. Because I'm gonna need to bounce the Stronghold and then replay it in order to make it x equals 2. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that's the play that I'm trying to go for. So I think I'm going to set it up for next turn. It's pretty good for them. Still got a trick up our sleeve though. So Trinket Mage. Yes. Engineered Explosives. Float a mana. Play Bounce. Play this again. Explosives x equals 2 for 0 colors. This is gonna blow up all 3 cards. And I think I do it main phase. I guess I wait till their end step because they need to, or upkeep them, I guess. Well, now that they do this, I end step them, obviously. They go for the Torpor Orb. Which is interesting, actually. I don't think I would go for the Torpor Orb there. I think it's worth it to bog my opponent here. Whoops. For what happened, Moto? Did you guys see that? That was funny. So I guess now we need to like naturally draw. We do hold that one though. Pass the turn. No, this is blue-red prison, Ifeno. Fetch on my upkeep. Tight. Yeah, we're drawing very, very bad here. These are not good draws. Chalice and 0. That doesn't really do anything. It's a prime time. I think I want to save this for after I answer the Torpor Orb. Just a Narset. Transmute. Well, they can't really I guess. Okay, yeah. So they can transmute for Welding Jar here. That is definitely the play. Chalice? Are they out of jars? Because that is like the play was there 100% for them to transmit for Welding Jar. So I would imagine that they're out of jars. They're trying to like Chalice for 2? Chalice for 1. That makes more sense. Still, I don't think I like that play. Nice. Well, I guess we can start attacking now. How funny is this? They drew another spirit guide. So lucky. So lucky. Explosives? Swing. Should have definitely blocked. Like, they're gonna have to block eventually. I got 2 points there, which is nice. Academy doesn't do anything. Boros Garrison. Swing. Kill it. So next turn I'm going to attack, haste, and then I'm going to play and replay the Colony Garden. God damn it. Alright, so there goes my Stronghold. It makes my explosives on 2 much better, though. Jedi992, thank you for the follow. Because if we get to answer... Like, if we find explosives, I think we actually just win. Oh. Dumb. I think if we have explosives, we just win the game. We can transmute. Yes, we can transmute. Okay, so what is the correct line to take here? So, I can transmute on explosives on 2. Or I can transmute for Ballista. That seems like it's better. So, this is Ballista for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go explosives. Now Ballista seems better. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. And I honestly love the Whir Prison matchup. Alright, so this is a 2-turn clock. My opponent needs to find an answer to this Ballista very, very quickly. Transmute, that doesn't do anything. No, because if I explosives, like if I explosives on 3, I blow up my own board, so I can't really attack. If I explosives on 2, I destroy the Torpor Orb so I can play a Titan, but then I can't attack, so it doesn't really achieve anything. So it's like we're kind of in a pickle anyway. This doesn't really do much because of Excavator. I guess Excavator would be like another reasonable draw, because if we Excavator, we can buy back the Tolaria West. Transmute it again with a bounce land. Got there. Trinket Mage, go get Ballista anyway, and so have this price gone. Yes, but they had an Academy of Ruins in play, so I don't want to show my hand, right? So that is how you approach the Whir Prism matchup. You just basically try to get them out of answers, basically. I do think that my opponent miscybered there. They should definitely have all of the Welding Jars. As you can see, Welding Jar is very, very good in the matchup. If my opponent had been able to like get a Welding Jar when they transmuted for that Chalice, that was irrelevant. That would have been much better for them, but still, Biting Needle doing work there. Eon 2 gives Titan, gives Tolaria for Ballista. Yeah, so we transmute for Explosions onto Explosives, blow up the Torpor Orb and the thing, but they get back whatever they need. So we get to also Titan on the same turn. But if they do, like that basically covers a bunch of our mana. So maybe it was better to do that. I am honestly not sure. Yep, so I think that's gonna be it for today. You see, we play an interesting matchup and I have 80 viewers, and then we played against Neobrand and I go down to 60. that's how it works. But yeah, so we are basically, yeah, the kids are eating. All's great with the world. We got another 3-2. Can't complain. Life's great. So that's it. So I'm gonna be uploading this stuff to YouTube, and I'm going to schedule it so you guys are gonna have access to some new videos until Friday. But that's gonna be it in terms of streaming, because GP Vegas is this weekend. I will be driving tomorrow over there, so that's it. If I make any changes to the list, which seems kind of unlikely at this point, maybe once I'm at the GP and I see kind of how the meta shapes up a little bit over there, I might want to make some changes. But this list is looking very good. I am quite happy with it, and it's gonna be just a matter of playing tight in order to get there. Not a single child hurt. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, and King Canton, I appreciate it coming from both of you. But yeah, if you wanna, I recommend if I make any changes, I'm gonna post them probably on Twitter or the Discord. So if you want to, stay up to date with all the stuff that I'm gonna be doing over this weekend, you want to follow me on Twitter, and you want to join my Discord channel, which is right there. Both of them are going to be a way that you can stay up to date with the stuff that I'm doing. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do so as well. And if you are a subscriber to the channel, you can get access to these 3 emotes, as well as the sideboard guide that I'm probably going to finish tonight. The sideboard, a very short sideboard guide for Amulet, probably covering like the same amount of matchups that I do in my regular sideboard guides, but only the numbers part and not the text part, because the text part is the one that takes the longest, obviously. Then we have YouTube. Yes, that's where you're gonna be able to check today's video, which I'm going to upload on Friday, I guess. So I'm gonna upload it today and schedule it for Friday. And then for Thursday, I have a special one, which is I recorded a league outside of stream in order to just, some YouTube exclusive content, which I think I'm going to try to start making a little bit more of. So if you don't follow me, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, definitely make sure you do so. How do you feel about playing this at the GP? Are you planning on taking Tron or something else? I would never take Tron to anywhere, Jeeves lol. But I think that this deck is fine. I think this deck is fine. The problem is that some of the cheese matchups just cheese you out. But I think the Hug matchup is not great, but it's still winnable. In fact, we beat it this league. If they don't not draw you, it's like we have a much stronger late game. In fact, we won a game 1 today, and I think this card is instrumental in making the Hogak matchup significantly better. This is how we stabilize. So if you want to check a great matchup against Hogak, I recommend you go back and you see the VODs from today, because we did play it and we had an amazing match against it. So I think that it's still pretty playable. So that's what I'm gonna be playing, because this is what I do. It's my favorite deck, and there's pretty much no way around it, you know. But yeah, I will leave you in Kevin Ponce's stream, which we're gonna rate deck now. Thank you so much. If any of you is gonna be at GP Vegas, make sure that you let me know in the Discord or whatever, and we can meet up at some point. And have an amazing rest of your day. See you next week. Bye bye.